Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Studio Series 86-17 Ironhide. Yes, he is a Voyager, which comes in this box here, which, yes, you can see a nice bit of artwork there in the cutout, and the Transformers, the movie, and Generations. Actually, those are both up here, and Takara Tomy, and down here you got the Ironhide 8 Plus and Hasbro and all that stuff. On the top, you have Transformers, the movie, picked out. You know, the logo, you got a nice close-up of the artwork there, Studio Series 86-17 and Voyager class. On this side, you have a nice different... different angle, the same thing. Authentic. There was it? Artwork. Same artwork. Just done a little differently. On the bottom, you have the manufacturer copyrights and what's included and all that stuff. And on the back, you have product shots and warnings and all that stuff. And Ironhide bravely fights off a Decepticon ambush on the Autobot shuttle. He doesn't really fight it off, though. He kind of fails that part. Pretty tragically, actually. And now, speaking of said scene, because yeah, that's why they're bringing it up, because the backdrop, which is, yes, it's this backdrop, you know, the one where Ironhide dies, you know, pretty yeah, you got this 86 and all that stuff. You got this shuttle bridge and all that stuff, and Ironhide can, you know, plop down right there and die. Yeah, I have morbid sense of humor sometimes. Anyway, yeah, so Ironhide is not going to be on it because you got the instructions as well. Yeah, he's actually got a really clever transformation general. But yeah, Ironhide, yeah, getting to the actual figure, I was kind of excited, too excited, could have jumped ahead a little. But anyway, Ironhide here is a fantastic figure. I'll say that right up front. He is he is genuinely one of the best Ironhides ever released. I'm not kidding. Better than any of the main lines so far, for sure. All the other main lines have been deluxes, so that kind of might change things. But yeah, he is a Voyager class, which, yeah, it's going to upset people because he's Voyager class and he's a size is kind of short for a Voyager. He's more deluxe, blah, blah, blah. People forgetting that, you know, the whole sizes, the classes are price points, not sizes anymore. But anyway, looking up close, you can see his noggin, which, yes, red helmet, a silver face, blue eyes, looks very close to the cartoon. You got all that stuff. You got of course, the van window chest and the Autobot symbol and all that. You got, yeah, even got the silver striping and the kind of the weird, not really a grill thing. The arms are red and gray, the gray box shoulders, and yeah, they got the gray fists, although they're painted red, and you can see that the paint's kind of a little off on the insides. But yeah, you got some gray there, and then the red box shins and red and all that stuff. You got the kind of panels just chilling out right here, but that's not too much of a problem in my opinion. And you got all that stuff, and it all kind of compresses down nicely, and there you go. He is a very nice figure, to be honest. I really like this one a lot, and it's got a really nice transformation. We'll get into that a little bit later, but yeah, it's just overall really good, and I really like how this guy turned out. He's got, of course, two of these guns. He got two of them. So he's gonna, you know, peg those in both his hands. So then you can, you know, spin around out of his chair and start going, you know, like that. And, you know, and then blah. Yeah. There's all that stuff. You can do all that stuff, which that's nice and silver. You know, got little bits you can do. There's two places you can put them. If you don't want them holding in, there's two places. Number one is back here. There's little weird tab things here, which you can kind of, in these square holes either side of the gun, you can put those on. Those are very, I think something's a little off of those because they're very tight, but yeah, you can do that. I mean, you can see them sticking out right there, but you can do that. This one particularly really tight, and or if you want, you can put it under here. There's little tabs on the back of the legs. You can just put them right there as such, and they'll just happily, you know, stick back there, and there you go. They're a little more out of the way, like that. Only thing is I would complain about is maybe the thighs and waist are a little loose on mine, unfortunately. So you got all that stuff. Really nice, that. Now, posability, his head on a ball joint. So you got left and right and up and down, and there's actually a hinge there from the transformation, which helps to give him more down, and you got a bit of waggle. He's got shoulders that go all the way around, outward like this, and then exposed nice little bits of, you know, detailing right there, so it's all connected. You got a bicep swivel. His elbows can go 90 degrees, and they go back, well, 45, almost 45 degrees. His wrists can, in fact, swivel, which is nice. His waist, again, like I said, can swivel, and it's unhindered. his hips, the crotch piece, yeah, the hip flap can go up here. Yeah, it's one piece, unfortunately. So, but yeah, you can do that forward that far, back that far, outward that far. The thighs swivel right there, and they're again kind of looser. You can do this. Not sure what that accomplishes, but you can do that. Knees can go about 90 degrees or so. And the feet, you got that much ankle tilt, and then you got forward that much and back that much, thanks to how it's hinged and everything. You can definitely get a degree of posability there out of the feet. That's really nice, honestly. Nice degree of posability on the feet out there, which is really nice. So yeah, again, really like this guy, and he cleans up really well, and everything is great on this one. So, real quick comparisons. I'm going to pretty much compare him to, well, first, just to give you an idea, Optimus Prime. Yeah, you can see the height difference, which is about right, I think. Here he is with Siege Ironhide. Yeah, who is incredibly simple by comparison. About the same height, but yeah, completely simple. If this guy coming out has affected the price of the Earthrise Ironhide, you know, the one that came in 2-pack and was very difficult to get. But not the Siege Ironhide. Siege Ironhide is still very valuable in the aftermarket, weirdly enough. So there's that. I don't have Earthrise Ironhide, but I do have Earthrise Ratchet. So there's that. You can see the sculpts at the very least. Yeah, very different. Again, much more complicated. This one's really simple, and it gets the parts forming and all that stuff. Much more cartoon. This has got the whole, you know, the weapon sled thing. So you got that. So again, Ironhide here, fantastic figure. Robot was great. Now, transformation, and this is where something I think is also great. Transformation. So first thing you want to do here is the chest. You want to go ahead and bring that out and raise this up. And this right here, these little bits right here, you want to fold these out like so. Fold the head in. And then kind of bring this back, but not all the way back, because it's going to get in the way if you do it all the way back. Now, back here, you want to go ahead and bring this down like that. Straighten the arms out, and then they'll untab them from the side here. And they'll rest against this. They'll bring them back like this, and they'll rest against this thing kind of nice and flat like that. And then do that, and then tab them together like that. And then you want to bend them right here so that the roof panel kind of lines up like so, right? Now down here at near the waist, you want to untab this. This tabs in at the abdomen right there. Right? Like set. Untab that. Bring it back enough and bring this down enough so that you can then rotate this all around like that. And then you can bring this down like this and bring that back in, and then go ahead and bring this up like that. And down here at the legs, what you want to do, and then also right here, you want to take the fists here and just bring those down like that. And here at the legs, what you want to do is open up this flap, extend the foot out, open this up, open that up, and then on this hinge, you want to bring the foot down like this, and then kind of slide this forward, kind of like that. It's kind of more or less be right there, and just leave that open like that for now. And then same thing on this side. Open up this flap, bring this out, bring that out, bring the foot all the way out, and bring it up and around, and this is going to kind of sit more or less like this. Then here you want to go ahead and tab the legs there. There's tab, 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 tab. Yeah, there's 3 tabs. So tab, tab, and tab right there. Bring those all together. Might fight you a bit sometimes, I've noticed that, but yeah, bring that all together like so. And go ahead and I would lift this up and get that out of the way. It just makes it a little easier to get this part done. Yeah, lift this up and get that out of the way. Back here, what you want to do is these will tab over. There's little tabs here which will go to those slots on this, the little back thing right here. You want to kind of get this, and this one here, there's kind of a weird keyed tab on this one, so it's sometimes easier just go ahead and do them one at a time and bring them down like that and then bring them together. Makes things a little easier sometimes. Sometimes, I say. Like that. Now make sure this is all straightened out, and these will kind of, there's tabs here which will go into little slots on here as well, so just push that back like so. And then go ahead and bring this is where you want to bring this back forward a little bit, so you can bring these forward like so. Make sure it's all lined up too. Bring these around and inward, and then they're supposed to tab together. You might notice that this doesn't like to cooperate right here. you notice there might be a bit of a thing there. I'm trying to figure out what that is. But yeah, then right here, these tabs right here, which will go up into here. There's little crevice, well, not quite slots, but definitely little spots for them to go. And it's very thick and heavy tabs. So even though it's clear plastic, I would not worry about it ever. So yeah, that's the only thing is right there. And also going on the way back, a lot of people are like, okay, I got the van mode, now what? I don't know how to get back. I found that it's just easiest to go ahead right here and just kind of one tab at a time and do this, do that. Just kind of hold right here and just pull it. That seems to work pretty consistently for me. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, there you go. That is Ironhide's van mode. And yeah, the van here is, it's a very nice van actually, mostly. It's not quite totally 100% screen amp. For example, it's missing the big old yellow stripe, but that's because there's a bunch of hinges there. So I get that, and I'm totally willing to forgive that. But yeah, it's a little bit, you know, kind of took a few liberties with the design, but again, I'm kind of okay with that considering I got a really nice transformation out of it and a nice robot mode. The thing is, yeah, you get silver rims, you know, nice picked out. You got the blue translucent windows, the 3 hinges, which a lot of people weren't really happy about, but it's one of those things like at this, mainline, you're going to have to deal with hinges. Some of the reds you can see kind of, I'm not sure how the camera picks it up, but the reds do somewhat mismatch. They're worse on this side because I'm looking. What happened was on this, apparently this is all translucent plastic, by the way. So what's happening is this is red paint, and it wasn't, I don't think it was applied. It was applied a little thinly and needed another coat. You can kind of see that down here. So unfortunately on mine, this side is a little off, more off than this side. But it's not the end of it's not too bad, but it is there. I'm not sure how common that is, but that is a problem on mine, unfortunately. You can see up here, there it's silver grill and the Autobot symbol again and all that stuff. And back here, you got a silver bumper, but no, you got a weirdly low window and some taillights and a little handle and all that stuff. You got the little tabs up here, which are a little weird, and a lot of people, I know what those are for. Those are for Ratchet, because yes, we know Ratchet's coming. The tabs are there for the light bar, and well, if you want on this one, I guess you could shave it off and just paint over the red, and there you go. Now there you get the bottom, you get some legs and stuff, and they kind of stick down a little bit, but you got that, and he rolls pretty nicely. Yeah, this is one other problem, which is this. This, you can see there's a big old gap here, unfortunately. I don't know exactly what causes it, but as far as I can tell, it's these pieces right here are supposed to kind of sit, kind of somewhat tab in here, and they're just not. They keep forcing themselves out. Something, particularly I think on this side, keeps forcing it back out, unfortunately. So, they don't quite sit flush, so it's just a little disappointing. But again, I'm not too upset about it. So there's the thing. Also, you can see Ironhide's head just chilling out there, and now you can kind of make them, kind of talk. Yeah. So yeah, again, pretty good looking van. Again, not totally screen accurate, not even really accurate to even close accurate to a Nissan. What was the van called? I don't remember now. But anyway, it was a Nissan van that they're based on, and or Datsun or whatever it was at the time. But still pretty nice, and animation is always all over the place. And again, with the guns, you can have the whole attack mode of just plug the guns up here and do that whole thing, right? You can have the guns that plugged in up there, do it as attack mode of sorts, or you can, well, this is kind of bit like the Masterpiece, which is take the guns and plug them in down here on these tabs, and now they're kind of exhausted. They stick out a little bit more than I'd like, but and by the way, I try to flip them around, it doesn't work. This thing right here bumps into the little spot for the wheel, so you can't flip them around, have shorter tailpipes, unfortunately, but they work as tailpipes, and I do not mind. I like weapon storage like that, where it's nice and hidden away and doesn't interfere with the alt mode, really. In fact, okay, anyway, comparisons real quick. Again, here's with Earthrise Optimus. Again, scale's all out of whack here, so the semi's a little too small, but hey, what do you know? There you go. There's that. Here he is with Siege Ironhide, which, yep, very different thing going on here. He does have the gold stripe there, so I don't know. Obviously, he's superior because of that. Yeah, also, yeah, you can see again the feet are just kind of chilling out back here, so that's a thing. And of course, Earthrise Ratchet, because I don't have Earthrise Ironhide. Yeah, you can see, well, the front end, the vans, this is probably at the front end. This kind of looks more like a real van. As you go turning around, you go, oh no, yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, it's they're actually roughly in the same size. So that's kind of a good thing. They're roughly the same size. I believe Ratchet here is slightly taller. Yeah, just ever so slightly taller. You can kind of see that, but that's because that's an all one extra piece, if you remember. This is overall better vehicle mode. Also the wheels. That thing. So this guy makes a very strong case for the whole, just, an extra $9 for just a better figure. Because, other than it's not deluxe, it's Voyager, so it costs you about, $33, $34. About $34 versus deluxe, which is $25. So yeah, the extra $9 really goes a long way to making this figure way better, honestly. This is a fantastic Ironhide. It is the best mainline Ironhide, for sure. And it's going to be Ratchet as well. So we're already seeing a lot of the Earthrise Ironhides being dumped on eBay for like $10, $20. So when they were going for $70, $80, $90, $100. So yeah, it's kind of a thing there. So very much, this is a very much a fantastic Ironhide. A lot of people balk about the fact they have to pay a Voyager price point for a figure this size, and I get it. But the engineering, one, it's got really fantastic posability. Two, the engineering for the transformation is really good. And three, we also even get a really good alt mode out of it, and he's still the right height. So he's maybe a bit on the small side for a Voyager, but I think he's absolutely worth the extra price, and I would highly recommend picking him up if you haven't already. He is fantastic, and of course the Ratchet's going to be largely the same. I wonder if they're going to do a black version. The Diaclone. That'd be pretty neat. But they already did that with the Earthrise version. But hey, whatever. Do it again. Why not? We'll buy it. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to outright replace my Ratchet as exists. I kind of want to have them be different molds, so we'll see. I'll make a decision on that point. But yeah, it's a fantastic mold and worth picking up, in my opinion, even at the Voyager price point. So that's it for this one. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. But check out my Twitter at Nemesis Prime 1 if it's still there. Check out me on co-host. I'm at Nemesis. I'm cohost.com/Nemesis-Prime. There's a dash between the two. And check out my Patreon, my coffee, and I shall see you next time with another video review.